I'm actually pretty proud of myself, but it's not where I want to be. I remember even as far back as when I was 7 years, 8 years old, and I would have money, and that money would never last a day. I'm telling you, 24 hours. I couldn't hold on to money as a child for 24 hours. And I would spend that money not on toys, no, not on maybe a hat or a shoe, no, or a backpack or a pen. I would spend that money on junk food, sweets, biscuits, chips, ice cream, anything I could get my hands on. That meant that money would go out quickly and I would get that junk food and I would eat all of the junk food that moment, and then I will sit there with no money, no junk food, no toy, no pen, no pencil, nothing. And this is where I'm drawing my inspiration from the irresponsible child I was with money. And I'm like, I do not want to be that adult. Now, being able to save money does not happen overnight. It has taken me a long time just to get to the average I am right now. I'm actually pretty proud of myself, but it's not where I want to be. I want to be so good at saving money that I'm frugal, that it's borderlining a little bit of painfulness. And the reason I want this is because of the difference in the long-term happiness that happens. If I buy an item, it gives me instant gratification. Say a piece of clothing, for example. And yes, when I wear it, I'm like, oh, this looks nice. It looks nice on me. But every time, it's like the happiness just depletes every time, to a point where if I lose the item or don't know where it is, it doesn't even bother me. And that's when the discipline with money comes in, because now that I'm a little bit more disciplined with money, I think, where is that t-shirt that I bought for 60 rand and I can't find it, and I never find it, and it hits me. This could be money sitting in my emergency fund, and instead it's a t-shirt rotting away somewhere that I maybe wore 3, 4, 5, 6 times at best. Since for me, having a bank balance that is positive makes me happier for a longer term, it just makes sense that I would shift towards that direction than materialistic things. This is because I'm not a materialistic person at all. I actually was raised by someone who's not materialistic. So I'm not materialistic genetically, and I'm also not materialistic by nurture too. So it didn't happen overnight, but by 2021, my discipline was a little bit more polished with money. Because of this, I was able to move to a rental place and was able to fund all my costs for cash. I never borrowed a single cent, and I had no financial frustrations. I'm so proud of myself. For the most part, I'm just like, I'm happy that I'm able to do this. But this also means I'm at a point where I can say I live within my means. That is not my goal. My goal is to actually live at least 50% below my means. And this brings me to the most important resolutions that I will ever make in my entire life. Call them resolutions, call them goals, call them plans, call them anything you want. I'm going to call them resolutions. And I think I've attached my success to this word, so I'm sticking to it. My first resolution, which I already got started in December because I felt like I needed a practice ahead of time, was to try and have a positive mindset. I'm a very negative person, and therefore I'm trying to shift to being positive, to think I can do things, to think that things are not as bad as I think. My second resolution has been to drink water. Oh my God. How is it possible that I've been going through an entire week without picking a glass of water? So now I also started practicing this in December. I am drinking water. I'm making sure of it, and it's been fantastic. I actually have gotten rid of the headaches just by drinking water. So proud of myself for discovering that. Now, those two resolutions are important because they contribute to my next resolution. First, thinking positive is going to help me sit through the hard times of my third resolution. And the water part is to help twist my taste buds because I have such a sweet tooth. So I'm actually trying to train my taste buds to cut down a little bit on the sugar. So for my third resolution, I plan for 2022 to be a no spend year. This already means that in 2022, I'm recycling. So clothes, I'm not buying a single item of clothing in 2022. If I don't have it, that means I went through 2021 without having it, which means I can go through 2022 without having it. So clothes are just out of it.